is Melanie Parry. Now, Melanie Parry, when did we last meet?
When did we last meet? Back in 2002.
Yes.
And it was in the lift at Heathrow Airport. And I was with my dancer coming back from Las Vegas, where I'd just been performing my Judy Garland show, the Monte Carlo Casino. And I went, "You're Bob Rogers." And he went, "You're right." And I said, "I'm Melanie Parry." And he says, "I've heard about you." That was wonderful.
Now, yes, you'd been in Las Vegas. Now, you've been doing you do more than Judy Garland. I just mentioned on there a while ago. You also do Vera Lynn. That's a big change, isn't it?
It is a big change, and the show was created in 2003 as a tribute to Vera Lynn and the VP 60 celebrations, the ending of World War II in the Pacific at that time for 2005, and it was wonderful because I love to pay homage to these wonderful female great entertainers, and of course Vera's still alive. She's 98 today, and I was summoned to England in 2013 to meet with her, and she officially endorsed my show.
That's wonderful. I was going to say, I haven't met her, but I have spoken to her on the air, on the phone, and she's been absolutely amazing. She is 98.
Yes, 98, and she's fantastic, and she's still at home. Her daughter Virginia looks after her, and she's got all her faculties still there, and a remarkable woman. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, why did you decide to do Judy Garland, and when? Were you still a kid?
I was always listening to Judy Garland as a child. I remember when I was a child 15 years ago, of course,
Boom, boom, yes.
And I was listening, this is a bit of a giveaway, but not too much. I was listening to my mother's old 78 record of Judy Garland singing Purple People Eater, and I used to love...
Stop. I've never heard her sing that.
Haven't you?
I've only heard Cher Borley. Did she actually do
Purple People Eater,
Goodness me, okay.
And subsequently, those records went by the wayside, but and then as I grew older, I was singing, and my first manager was Jan Murphy, the mother of the famed Chris Murphy, who was the manager of INXS fame, and she said I sounded like Judy Garland, and I was taught in the era of that you sound like yourself and you have your own style, and I sort of passed it off. I thought, well, that's a compliment. And I was 18 at the time, and then I went on to England, but I studied opera, and I was a show singer for Les Mis, Phantom, and all those sorts of things. And I came back to Australia in the 90s after spending 11 years in England, and in 1999 I created the show, The Judy Garland Story and Song. As people were doing tributes and telling life stories, I thought I was looking at wonderful entertainers and like Tom Berlins, and I thought, well, perhaps there is a market for Judy, and I can sort of tell her story and present her life, and her legacy can live on. And so it was born.
Tom, of course, does Frank Sinatra.
He does.
But now you say you've got no regrets of going into show business. It's been good to you. But I see that you also do a show called Bacharach and Friends.
I do, tribute to Burt Bacharach and Hal David, and that's to bring a more contemporary feel into the marketplace with the 60s. And I'm performing that show next year at the Glen Street Theatre and many other theatres in Victoria. But it's a popular show. I love Burt Bacharach's songs. They're timeless, aren't they?
Well, of course, he's coming soon, so we make sure we'll see you. But you also do Judy, Frank and Dean. So what's that, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin?
Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, with two of my leading men, the wonderful Mr. Grant Galea and Frank Bennett, the iconic Frank Bennett.
Yes.
And people can see that show at the Shoalhaven Entertainment Centre on the 14th of October this year. And so I've created that show as well to pay homage to Judy, Frank and Dean, the only television show they did in 1962 together.
Now, according to my reports here, I don't think I believe it, but you know that Johnny Young is now on our station.
I have since learnt that. That's right.
He'll be on at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes.
Were you on Johnny Young's Young Talent Time?
I was in 1982 when I was first in the business. I was a children's entertainer, pre-Wiggles, and I entertained the Lord Mayor's functions everywhere, Channel 9 TV. But I was a professional entertainer, a children's entertainer, and actually self-taught ventriloquist. So I was a ventriloquist.
What? A ventriloquist?
Mr. Willie the Crocodile, and you can see me on YouTube. And I was in 1982 when Tina Arena and all the kids were there, and Sally Ann Boyden, and I was Miss Poppy, the magic lollipop lady, Pico and Poppy.
Oh dear. But now the reason you're here is that we're going to be hearing you but not seeing you next Sunday night at 7:30 on Channel 7.
Yes.
On what will be, I'm sure, a huge rating show.
Yes.
The story of Peter Allen, Not the Boy Next Door.
Yes, I was so thrilled with this. As you know, I've been working the show, and it's, nothing's ever an overnight success. There's been a lot of hard work and perseverance, and never given up with things. But I was doing my show at Glen Street Theatre last year in October, and unbeknownst to me, the producers of the show were there, front seat, and they said, "Didn't you see us?" I said, "No, I had no idea, thank God." And Kerry Mainwaring, she's so lovely, and she was just wonderful, and she said, "We love you to be the singing voice of Judy Garland." I was just amazed and overwhelmed and so honoured and privileged.
Well, now, I've seen some of the photos, and who plays Judy Garland?
Sigrid Thornton, the fabulous
Looks
Sigrid
very
Thornton.
much like her.
Doesn't she?
And who plays her daughter, who married
Sarah
Liza?
West. Sarah West, yes.
Who does the singing for her, do you know?
It's Angela Toohey.
Okay. Well, now, where can people see you? You've mentioned somebody. Do you do a regular show? What's the next thing coming up?
Well, I've got the Shoalhaven Entertainment Centre coming up, and then I'm at the Casula Powerhouse in November, but that's with the Vera show. That's already sold out for the first show. The second show is on sale, and that's on the 12th of November from memory. And then I'm on touring regional in New South Wales in December, but next year, of course, I'm in Victoria and New South Wales again, and the Glen Street Theatre. So I'm all over the place. Going into 2017, there's a show.
No, that's too far ahead for
It
me.
is, isn't it?
Yes. Now, what about? Have you seen any of the shots of the Peter Allen show?
I have. I've seen some of the promos on TV. It's fabulous. And Joel Jackson is just, when I was recording the tracks for all of this in January, he was with me and Angela, and we were there in the studio. But Joel is just a wonderful, talented, delightful person. And he's just so sweet and lovely, lovely guy. He's going to go on to great things, I'm sure.
They've got another young fella. They're playing him as a little boy, haven't they?
Yes, that's right.
I forget his name. I haven't mentioned it.
Yep, it's Kai Baldwin.
That's right.
Yes, isn't he wonderful?
Yes.
He's lovely, isn't he?
I only seen shots of it, like you. But
What a lovely little boy.
I'm wondering, I mean, they had huge success. You mentioned Chris Murphy. He was involved with the NXS film, wasn't he?
Well, he would have been, because he was their manager, but his mother was my first manager, Jan Murphy, so that's the connection there.
Yes.
I'm very fortunate with the people that I've met, but...
there's a girl called Marnie Nixon who became
That's right.
famous simply as the voice of people like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, My Fair Lady.
Yes.
She did My Fair Lady. She did. She also did it for Deborah Kerr.
Yeah.
And she also did for Natalie Wood in West Side Story.
That's right.
She was a great singing, a voice dubber. But the difference between, I suppose, Marnie and myself is that I've been actually asked to voice dub for one of the greatest Hollywood entertainers of all time. And it's with Marnie, she was just a generic singer, I suppose. Yes. And it was wonderful, and she actually became quite famous for those roles as well.
Okay, we're going to play yours, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Lovely.
Nothing better. Melanie Parry as Judy Garland.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly, over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh why can't
That's Melanie Parry from her Judy Garland live in-concert performance. She'll be the voice of Judy Garland in the show that starts on Sunday night, 7:30, Channel 7. It's the first of 2 episodes. It's Peter Allen, not the boy next door. And when Sigrid Thornton sings as Judy Garland, it'll be your voice, won't it?
It will, and I'm just so honoured. Sigrid Thornton is one of my idols as well. She's a wonderful, wonderful actress, so I'm just thrilled. Can't tell you how thrilled I am.
Okay, now it's lovely to meet you again, and next time at the Heathrow in a lift, I'll look out for you again.
That would be fabulous. It'd be wonderful, and thanks so much for having me on your show, and look forward to seeing all your listeners one day at one of my shows. Come up and say hello. It'd be fabulous. Thank you.
Melanie Parry, now when is the next show? It's
14th of October.
Okay.
Joelhaven Entertainment Centre.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
2CH 1170.